Hello, YouTube. Welcome to this week's Ask Ashley, where you can ask me your crochet business questions and I answer as many of them as I can in about 30 minutes. We are also streaming on Instagram. We got both going at the same time. So hopefully everybody is being served well. So we have one question coming in hot already this morning. I will answer this afternoon. It is 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to get started answering. It's from Charity. She hangs out with us almost every week. She is our resident Ask Ashley teenager. She hangs out with us all the time. But you can go ahead and start asking your questions in the comments if you're watching over here on YouTube, and I will answer them in the order that they were received. So go ahead and start popping those in. Hello, Wendy. Oh, she's from Florida. I'm so jealous. It's just rainy and cold here. Okay, the first question is from Charity, and this is a very common question that I would say 100% of us either struggle with or have struggled with at one point. And she says, how do you balance your crochet life balance? I am homeschooled, so I have more time to work on crochet than others, but I still have trouble balancing things. I still want to crochet for fun. I get lots of big orders, and then I don't have time to make anything else as I am tied up working on that one order. So, Charity, there's a couple tips and tricks that I have to help you guys manage your time more efficiently. And what I've learned through experience is the more organized you are in every aspect of your life, the easier it will be to run your business. So like one of the tips that I saw, a mom that had multiple kids, she had like 4 kids, something that she did to help make her life more efficient was each one of her kids got one color of socks. And she knew that blue was this kid, green was this kid. And whenever she was putting socks away, it was much faster, much more efficient because they were color coded. Little things like that will add up. And especially if you add a bunch of them into your daily life, will add up and save so much time. I do have an efficiency hacks blog post that went out a couple weeks ago, I believe. If not, it was an email. It was probably both. Mastering work-life balance, simple tips for running your crochet business. I am copy and pasting that link for you guys in the comments so you can check that out. If you just go to acraftyconcept.com/efficiency, you can find it there as well. Also, I think inside of this blog post, I give all of my tips. So setting a work focus on your phone, creating saved replies inside of Etsy, utilizing text replacement. There's 8 really easy things that you can do very quickly and set them up one time, and then they will help serve you for the life of your business. So I definitely would suggest taking a look at that. There's some really good tips and tricks in there to help you. Other things that you can do is narrow down your ideal customer. You should only be making things that serve your ideal customer well. We're working smarter, not harder, depending upon your ideal level of success and what success looks like to you. But if you're trying to build an actual successful, long-term scalable business, you should only sell things in your shop that serve your one ideal customer well. If you have 10 different products in your shop and you're making those 10 things over and over again, you're going to be a lot faster. You're going to be a lot smoother. Your stitches are going to be more uniform. You're going to be able to do it with your eyes closed because you're so used to doing them. That's going to help you be more efficient. If you are making every hee-hawing thing for anybody that comes your way, and you just made 6 bumblebee amigurumis, and then all of a sudden somebody wants a granny square quilt that fits a queen size bed with like 8-inch granny squares, that's going to change your entire, like everything that your mind has been doing. And it's going to slow you down a lot. So figure out who your ideal customer is, build a product line that serves her really well, and then stick to your product line. It's okay to take custom orders if you want to, or custom requests, like not even in your product line, especially at the beginning of your journey, because you might find a different direction to take your business just like accidentally. It happens all the time. Happened to me. I never wanted to be a crochet designer. I never even wanted to make beanies, but the Claire Bun beanie blew up, and that decision was just kind of like my light bulb moment, and I went that direction, but that was never my intention. I wanted to sell stuffies for the life of my business. And I don't even make them anymore. I do have designs I'm going to put out though eventually. Maybe after I hire my new content creator, we can get them out faster. But if you can do if you can nail it down, it's going to help you be faster and better, just more efficient all the way around. Another thing that you can do is figure out things that you can cut out. Like, what are you doing that is actually wasting your time and is a bigger time suck than you realize? Maybe set limits on your screen time. I know, Charity, you probably aren't in control of your screen time 100%. Your parents probably have a lot to do with that as well. But if, for everybody else that's listening, if you are in control of your own screen time, that means we adults have unlimited screen time, which can be very dangerous. So you can set your own time limits on your phone so you're not wasting time just doom scrolling is what people call it. I call it research. When I'm scrolling through Instagram Reels, I'm looking for ideas of Instagram Reels to make. So I guess it all depends on your mindset, but you absolutely don't need to do that for 6 hours at a time. You know what I mean? So try to cut out anything that's not really helping you. Something else I think you should cut out if you are struggling with work-life balance is any negativity from your life that you can cut it out. If you are following people on social media and their whole identity is caught up in negativity and like gossip and nagging and complaining and drama and all of that, don't partake in that. Get that poison out of your mind, out of your energy field, right? We're not going to be poisoning ourselves with that anymore. So cut that out, and that's going to make you more efficient, more than you know, because that stuff weighs on you and it will weigh you down and it will make you second guess yourself. You will be thinking, this isn't even pretty. Nobody's going to want to buy this. And then that's going to affect your finished piece. That's going to affect how you show up on social media. That's going to affect how you promote your business. Like, all of these things stems from what you put in. What you put in will dictate what comes out. And you want to make sure you are only putting in high energy, high vibrational type stuff, like good, positive, loving, caring, encouraging type content. I know it's harder to do with people in real life. Like, if your sister is a negative Nancy, you can't cut her out of your life, right? Especially if you live in the same home. Like, that's not something you can do, but you can do it on social media right now. Like, it's the easiest thing in the whole world. I know it feels like it might not be, but it really is. I promise. And cutting that stuff out will change your life. It can stem over to like what you're watching on TV, what you're listening to, depending upon your personality type and how things like that affect you physically. But start paying attention. If you, like, there was a time, probably late 2020, that I had to get off of TikTok because I'm not an anxious person. I don't have anxiety, but I was getting very anxious. And I do have stress, and I was being extremely stressed because of what the TikTok algorithm was showing me in that moment. If you were around in 2020, I'm sure you can imagine what it was showing me. So I had to cut it out for a little bit. I brought it back. I can now TikTok without getting anxious, right? But for a time, I had to cut it out. And so whatever season you're in, if you can cut some of this stuff out, it's going to help you be more efficient. It's big picture thinking. And everything is connected. So every single bit of your life is a puzzle piece. And when it's all connected, you can see the big puzzle. So it all goes, all of it is important for the same goal. I hope that was helpful. Okay. Thank you, Charity, for asking your question and getting us started today. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope your content calendar made it to you safe. Charity won the content calendar. I believe it was Charity. It might have been Cassidy. I think they're both teenagers. This is Leah, FYI. Hello, Leah. Hello, Canada. Okay. Welcome, Happy Heather. Okay, got a question. Hi, Anthea. Anthea, she's the best. Okay, I'm trying to star some of the questions. Stephanie or Leah, we're going to keep the content creator position 18 and up. Thank you for asking. Star that. I'm trying to star all of the questions that I've been giving. Okay, star that. Okay, sorry. All right, let's see where we're at. Kathy asks, tell me all the things about having a YouTube channel. I sell finished amigurumi, mostly at markets, some on Facebook. My husband wants me to start a YouTube channel. I'm an introvert and terrified. Okay. I'm going to try to give you the best advice that I can, Kathy. Can you have a successful YouTube channel with a crochet business selling your amigurumi pieces? Yes, you can. You need to be ideal customer specific. If you are selling amigurumi pieces and your ideal customer is buying amigurumi pieces, they are not interested in learning how to crochet, most of them. Now, if you want to change up who your ideal customer is to where you are also teaching crochet, that's different. But once you teach them how to crochet, they're not going to buy your amigurumi pieces. Usually, those two people don't overlap. There's a very small overlap, but it's not, majority of them will not. They either will crochet their own or they will buy your crochet thing if they don't know how to crochet. A lot of people will say, I sell these things and I want to start a YouTube channel with my own crochet patterns. That's a new business. If you sell finished pieces and you want to start designing patterns, that's 2 crochet businesses, not 1. You have 2 ideal customers, 2 Etsy shops, 2 Instagrams, 2 everything. Because you have 2 ideal customers. But Ashley, why can't I just put them together? They're both crochet. Because if you have 2 ideal customers, anytime you're talking to this one in your business, this one is not being talked to. She does not understand. She feels like she's on the outside looking in. And anytime you're talking to this one feels like she's on the outside looking in. Even if you did it perfectly 50-50, half of your content will not serve half of your audience. Therefore, they will never look to you as the expert or the friend or whatever it is you're trying to build your relationship with. It will always be very watered down. You need to have 1 ideal customer per business. And if you want to add a second business, more power to you. Is it doable? Yes. Is it hard? Extremely. I have 2 businesses. I have a Crafty Concept and I have Crochet Boss Academy, and I am drowning every day. It is very, very hard, but it is doable. It is manageable. It is rewarding. It is worth it. Absolutely. But it is hard. So you got to depend on, you got to weigh your pros and cons. Now, I am an introvert. Can I have a YouTube channel? Absolutely. Kathy, what if you created a YouTube channel and you took your amigurumi, this is just an idea, right? It's not the only way, but say you took your amigurumi pieces and you made stop animation and you told stories to go with the stop animation. So you've got like a bunny and it like moves to the carrot and then it picks the carrot up out of the ground. And you know what I mean? Like flat stop animation, or even like up and down if you wanted to get fancy. And then you could just use your voice to tell the story in a microphone and then set like some pretty aesthetic music in the background, call it a day. People would be very intrigued by that, especially if you started giving your amigurumi things like little personalities. Then your customers would think, people love a good story. If you started telling stories about your amigurumi like they're real characters in a book or a movie or something like that, and you just made like little 5-minute story videos or 10-minute, however long you're able to create a story. I'm not a good storyteller, so this is not the business for me. But it might be the good business for you. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to put on makeup. Shout out to the makeup that I put on for today. You don't have to do any of that. It's just a stop animation video and your voice. So yes, you can. What else could you do to have a YouTube channel where you sell your finished pieces? You could, if I sold crocheted pumpkins, I could do a video 10 ways to decorate your home with crocheted pumpkins. And I could show you all 10 of those ways. I could show you at Christmas time, I could show you how to wrap the crochet things that I sell. And if I sell beanies and it's springtime, I can show you how to store your crochet beanies and your winter wear. I can show you how to safely store them. I can show you how to display them during the winter months so you can easily access them. If I sell kids toys, amigurumi, and I want to create a YouTube channel showing you how to use these kids toys for pretend play for like Montessori type things. Like maybe you have really young kids and you're using them to teach them how to say words, or maybe you sell like A through Z amigurumi and each one of those is a different letter of the alphabet and it's teaching them how to spell or read or recognize letters or say letters or the sounds that letters make. You could put like 2 of your amigurumis together and say that these 2 letters together, you know what I mean? You could get very educational. There's a million different things that you could do. You just need to keep it ideal customer specific. Does everybody need a YouTube channel? Absolutely not. It's not for everybody. If you stretch yourself too thin, you're not going to do anything well. Trust me, I come from experience stretching myself too thin. If YouTube is not something that you feel like would serve your ideal customer well or help you reach your business goals, then don't do it. I was given the opportunity to write and be published by a publisher, not myself, a crochet pattern book in October of 2019. And I had to tell them, I did a phone interview. We talked for like an hour. We discussed pricing and how much I would get paid and what the book would look like and where it would be sold. And it was the most exciting thing. And I had to tell them no, because I was building Crochet Boss Academy. And I knew that my ideal customer was crochet business owner. And I needed to put my energy to serving crochet business owners well. And a crochet pattern book is not crochet business owner specific. They didn't want me to add in like seller tips or anything like that to go with each pattern. They just wanted it to be patterns. And that is not ideal customer specific enough for my time. You have very limited time in a day. You get 24 hours. Everybody gets the same amount of time. So you got to choose what is the best for you. And it's okay to make decisions that look different than what other people are doing. That's okay. I don't regret not releasing that book. It would have been really cool to have that. If nothing else, just social proof, right? People be like, oh, that's so cool. I saw her book at Hobby Lobby. That's so cool, right? That would have been really nice. But I plan on releasing a book in the future. One day I will do that. Maybe after I hire my content creator, I will have more time to work on a book. I have an idea, but I had to say in that season, it was not the answer for me. So Kathy, I hope that was helpful. I know that's a lot. Okay. I'm trying to get these questions coming in. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Kathy, for your question. I hope that was helpful. If you have any more that you want to like expand on, let me know. She said, thank you. You're welcome. All right. Next one is Rachel. And she says, how do you make the online version of the pages in your planner? You know, the pages. I use Canva. For everything. And you can save websites on Canva now, and then you'll get a URL, and then you link that URL to the QR code, and then you can so there's a QR code in my content calendar, and if you scan it, it goes to the digital version of that page. It's technically a website through Canva. That's what that one is. Thank you for your question, Rachel. I hope that was easy, quick answer. The Joe Cool, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, says, I will be selling finished pieces on Etsy. I have ADHD and cannot decide what would be my niche. Any tips for finding out who would be your ideal customer? My brain is blocked at this moment. So I would suggest joining my masterclass. It will be coming. It's a free masterclass. It should be in May sometime. I'm 99.9% sure May is when the doors to Crochet Boss Academy are opening back up. And that is when I do my masterclass to promote Crochet Boss Academy. But it is free. Anybody can join. And we talk really hard about ideal customer inside of that masterclass. And we also talk, yes, it's coming in May. We also talk really hard about May 25th is when, so it'll be that week. The masterclass will be that week, the week of May 25th. It's the weekend, and then the whole week after that. We talk about ideal customer inside of module 1 of Crochet Boss Academy. We spend an entire week of our 6 weeks time together talking about ideal customer because it is the most important decision you can make for your business. I fully stand behind that opinion. But if you needed some quick starts, you can either look at who you are. You should probably look at who you are. Your ideal customer is most likely some version of you, whether current, past, or future. Does it have to be that way? No. One of my students, and I shared this last week, I think one of my students is a male and he sold female apparel, right? That's fine. Can you do it that way? Yes, you can. Is it much harder? Yes, it is. It's much easier for you to relate to someone on an emotional level. We're emotional beings. When we buy things because of emotions, you want to make sales, right? That's your business goal, is to make sales. People are going to engage with you on an emotional level if they find common ground with you. The more alike you guys are, the easier it's going to be for you guys to build a relationship together. My ideal customer right now for Crochet Boss Academy is a stay-at-home mom who wants to start a crochet business selling finished pieces so that she can help her family financially just a little bit. Maybe she just wants to take over the grocery bill. Like that's her goal right now. That's who my ideal customer is, because that's exactly who I was when I started my business. I started it in 2012, but I opened my Etsy shop in 2016. That's when Ava was born in 2015 is when she was born. So that's why that's who my ideal customer is. I was that, and I am now through that. I have gained wisdom and knowledge from starting here, and I'm now over here. And now my ideal customer is coming back so I can show you what I gained and learned, right? It's easier that way. It is not the only way to do it, but it is easier. And the easier something is, the more likely you're going to stick with it, the more likely you're going to be more successful, like faster. And the you're going to be able to work smarter, not harder, which is what we need 100% of the time. So we're coming back around to that efficiency question at the beginning. So how do I find my ideal customer? Look at who you are. Then figure out, I like to do a, I think it's called a map grid, where you put your information in the middle and then you draw little legs, and then you have little bubbles coming off of the legs, and you add in more information. And we do this in the masterclass, the free masterclass in May. But you need to figure out how she's like you, and then how you can serve her well with crochet. So if you are a mom of like teenagers and you want to help moms with young kids, how can you do that through crochet? Maybe you are a mom of teenagers and you have an education background, or own a Montessori, or was the director of a preschool, something like, maybe you have some sort of background that gives you a very like a jump start in your expertise, right? That you can add to your crochet. And we go back to that the amigurumi alphabet, like food or something, whatever you wanted to do. That's how you can tie the two together. One of my students wanted to help kids learn how to read, so she sells book buddies. One of my students wants to focus on travel, so she's designed her business around families who like to travel together. You can take other aspects of who you are besides the fact that you like to crochet, and find other people that like all the things you like. And it's okay to like branch out. I'm not saying they have to be exactly like you. I'm just saying it's a lot easier that way when you have very similar things in common. It doesn't have to be all the things, right? Your ideal customer probably doesn't crochet. That's something different from you, right? That's fine. Maybe your ideal customer isn't even crafty at all. That's something different from you. That's good. But you need to relate on an emotional level, on some common ground, some things that you're both passionate about, some areas that you can help them do better in through your crochet pieces. One of I don't know if she was, I think she was a student, very long time ago, 2020. She created inner child crochet dolls, and her goal was to help women connect with their inner child. It was a whole thing. So you can absolutely think outside of the box when it comes to selling crochet. You don't just have to sell beanies because it's cold outside. Can you? Absolutely. We can build a whole business around selling beanies because it's cold outside. But that's not the only path to take. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful. I feel like that was a little bit all over the place. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to read the questions and star them so we can keep going. Okay, next question is Andrea. And she says, if I'm selling 6 different colors of headbands and have one Etsy listing per color, but I need a group photo as well, how do I make sure they know the blue listing is only for the blue headband? Great question, Andrea. No matter what you do, some people will think they're going to get all 6 headbands. Okay? They're going to think it. Put it in the listing. Product is for 1 blue adult size headband. Put it in the listing. Make sure all of the other photos are just of the blue one. I'd like to have the colors next to each other so I can choose which color I like based on the other colors around. Like if I'm trying to figure out what shade of green you have, if it's next to a mustard, it gives me a better idea of what shade of green that is. So I think that's a really good thing to do. My second suggestion would be just like take a picture of 6 blue ones instead. But I think take one picture with all 6 of the colors that you offer and put that in all 6 of your listings. Just make sure it's not the main photo, and make sure all of the other photos are very specific. This is the blue one. And all of your keywords should say blue one. Make sure you choose the blue attribute because it'll say what color, what's the main color. You pick blue. It's one of the attributes, a little drop down when you're creating your Etsy listing. Will people still think they're going to get all 6? Absolutely. It will happen every single time. I have people message me about once a week thinking I'm going to send them a Daisy Granny square blanket. And usually they're overseas. I don't know why that's common. Maybe it's a language barrier. Usually they don't speak English. maybe something is in my listing that doesn't translate well. Maybe I should have people who speak those other languages tell me if there's something in this listing that doesn't translate well, because it seems to be non-English speakers. And it's all other languages. It's not just one, but they do think I'm going to send them a international shipping for a Daisy Granny Square blanket for $3. It happens at least once a week. It's crazy to me, but maybe there is a language situation. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Thank you, Andrea. I hope that was helpful. Deborah says, is there a way to take cash payments and still get credit to my Etsy shop? I have a Square card reader, and when I make local sales, however, last week my customer wanted to pay cash. Any suggestions? Okay, Deborah, it's been a hot minute since I have done this. You can link your Etsy shop to your Square account, and then if a customer pays in cash, and you log it, like you go to your inventory, or you type it in manually, you say blue Claire Bun Beanie, $30 cash, you will have to pay fees on that sale. I don't remember if it's the Etsy fee, the listing fee, shouldn't be the transaction fee, but it might be, just because you're tracking it through Square. And they're helping you like with inventory and stuff. So that's still a service that they're providing. So I would look into it. But I do know that you will have to pay fees on that cash transaction if you put it through the app. Now you need to decide, are the fees worth it? Because it's helping me with inventory. That customer now gets to leave a review if they wanted to. It's going to make the number of sales that my shop has had go up. Is that worth the whatever percentage fee that you will have to pay for that? It depends on too the season of business that you're in. If you have like 5 sales in your shop, you might want to start using that to beef up. You want that. Now, a lot of people don't even like that. Etsy shows that. I, as a customer, I like it. If somebody has 100,000 sales and like digital products, right? And they've got, that tells me that people like these digital products. They keep buying them. I also look at reviews, but even just the sale number to me as a customer gives me more peace of mind when I'm shopping from somebody for the first time. So if you need that, you need to choose if that's a priority to you or not, if that's more important than the fees. Now, later in your business, when you're pretty, what is it? Like you're set up, right? You're set up, things are going well. You're smooth sailing, probably not as important anymore. But when you're first starting out, maybe it's more important. And you can say, I am first starting out, but I don't want to pay those fees. And that's fine too. You don't have to do that. You will get your credit card transactions as well that have to go through that if that's how you want to take credit cards. And then they'll have the option to leave the 5-star review. Now, if it's a friend, like a close friend or family member, that 5-star review can really help your shop. So it might be worth it in that instance to go through Etsy and Square or whatever it is. I think it's Square that they're partnered with now, to get that 5-star review, because 5-star reviews are social proof to other people. But they're also algorithm juice. They're going to tell Etsy that you are a good seller. They should show your thing when people are searching for something similar to what you sell. So that's invaluable if you're in a specific season, to be able to think in that manner. Okay. I'm going to try to power through a couple more. I'm not going to get to all of them. Is drop shipping worth it? Depends on your ideal customer and your business. Are you selling crocheted finished pieces and you want to add drop ship stuff to it? That's going to make it complicated, because if I am a customer and I come to your shop to buy an amigurumi thing, and then I see you've got a t-shirt with your little amigurumi. It's like, say you make these little amigurumi duck balls. It's like a duck. It's a ball, but it looks like a duck. I bought one for Mackenzie on Shop Small Saturday is why that's the first one come to my mind. And you have little t-shirts that says, trying to think of a duck phrase that might not be, that is family friendly. Can't think of one off the top of my head, but let's just say it's got a duck quote on it. It says quack or quackers. I don't know. Quacky. That would be cute. And then I think, oh, that's so cute. I want to buy that because I'm also buying this amigurumi, or I wouldn't know it's amigurumi because I'm just a non-crocheting customer. I want to buy this little duck ball. I'm going to get this matching shirt. This is so cute. The matching shirt is going to come from a different person. I'm going to have to pay shipping twice. And then I'm going to be confused. I'm not going to understand. Even though your listing clearly says this is from Printful, they will ship it to you separate from me. I'm still confused. Why am I paying twice? Wow, this shop owner is so greedy. She wants me to pay shipping for both of the items, even though they're from the same shop. What a greedy person. Cancels order. You see how that happened? So yes, that could happen. If you are a digital creator and you just sell crochet patterns and you want to add the drop shipping to sell t-shirts that say I'd rather be crocheting, that's a little bit different because the person who buys the digital thing, you're not shipping them anything. So there's no shipping cost on top of the shipping cost from Printful or Printly or whichever drop shipper that you're using. Should you create an entire business just drop shipping? Sure. If that tickles your fancy, if that's how you want to serve your ideal customer, go for it. There's plenty of successful people. Is it too saturated? No, it's not. There's no such thing as too saturated. I believe that wholeheartedly. Okay. Last one. Is it an absolute necessity to have a refund policy for a starter business? Yes. From a customer's perspective, yes. If there's not a refund policy, Ashley's not shopping there because with internet purchases, I can't see it and touch it and feel it and squeeze it and know that that's what I want. Now, if it's a custom thing and it says Ashley on it, no refunds. This is custom. You are the only person. Please make sure that you know that this is what you want. There's no refunds for custom things. You are a regular person. You are not Amazon. You had to buy all of the stuff to make the custom thing. You had to go out of you're not able to do those things without like assembly line type because they're custom, right? It's different. So maybe not on a custom item. But and I think Etsy has it where it has to be at least a 14-day refund policy, but it might not be for custom items. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look into that. So if you can have a refund policy, it's good service. It makes you create a good customer service experience for your customers. Maybe they wanted to refund this one thing and then you gave them such a wonderful customer service experience that they come back and shop with you 15 times. And they tell all of their friends, this was such a wonderful customer service experience. I have worked with many companies through the life of my business. And one of the best customer service experiences that I've had is Bluehost. They help. If you want to start a blog, Bluehost is one of the options that you can go through. And I always recommend Bluehost to new bloggers because they were so helpful for me when I was a new blogger. I talk to human beings regularly through Bluehost on the phone and via chat. And they were very helpful. Some of the stuff they helped me with probably wasn't even in their stuff that they're responsible for helping me with. And I was so new to blogging. And I kept making mistakes and I was almost ready to just throw in the towel. I was just so frustrated and they helped me repeatedly. I remember that. I don't use Bluehost anymore because something blew up. I don't remember which pattern it was, but it blew up and then my site crashed. And so Bluehost wasn't able to handle the traffic that I was generating. Praise the Lord. So I switched to a company called Big Scoots and their customer service is also fantastic, but they're about 6 times the price of Bluehost. Bluehost is significantly cheaper. So it's a whole thing. But if you offer refunds and you can create a good customer service experience, they're going to remember that. And they might come shop with you in the future, or they might share your information with their friend. If you're niche enough, if you sell very specific things and they know immediately who you serve in their mind, if you sell all boho baby girl things, the next time that their friend has a baby girl and they're we're looking for some boho bibs or some fringe bibs, she's going to think of you. Even though they weren't exactly what she needed, maybe they're what her friends need, and she can tell her about you because you created such a wonderful customer service experience. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Fahim. Sorry, I didn't even try to say your name at the beginning. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that I didn't say your name horribly. Okay. There are so many questions. Girl, I have no idea. A Parlin project said she didn't get a notification that we were going live. I feel like that's probably a YouTube problem. I don't know. Maybe if you turn the little, maybe there's a live notification bell that's different than all the YouTube bell. I don't know. Catherine, very helpful and appreciated. You're welcome. Can I please send? Yeah, Anthea. 2 ideal customers, both follow. Hey, hang on. Anthea says, my YouTube channel has begun as home and garden. Then I added my crochet business content. 2 ideal customers, both follow both interests. Should I have separate YouTube for crochet? Bit nervous to lose the subscribers. Okay. So Anthea, let me give you a little analytical information. With Google and Pinterest and on a blog, so I'm assuming it would spill over to YouTube as well, but let me get my whole thought out. On my blog, I have crochet patterns and crochet business tips. If I started throwing in homeschool activities, Google is going to be like, what is this? She can't even pick a niche. She is all over the place. I am not showing her to this person because they want this person to be served well. If this person is searching for homeschool activities and I've got a homeschool activity on my blog, but a bazillion crochet patterns, they're going to show somebody who's got more homeschool activities because they want to serve this person well because they want this person to keep using Google, right? If you are niche, your platform will work better for you in the algorithm that you're trying to serve. Same goes for Pinterest. If you've got every hee-hawing type of Pinterest board and you're also trying to sell your stuff, you're confusing Pinterest algorithm. They're not going to see you as an expert in any area, and you're going to get very low views or reach, I should say. So it's going to be the same for all the platforms because of the way algorithms work. I don't know how many people you have, Anthea. I don't know how many is considered a lot for you in your current season and journey of having a YouTube channel. You can keep the 2 mixed, home and garden and crochet. So maybe your ideal customer is a crocheter who also has a home and garden, and you keep it very, very niche when you're talking to them. Maybe you're talking about a plant and you're like, it reminds me of the bobble stitch. You know what I mean? Like you're just creating connections all the time. So you are now home and garden crochet, right? And the algorithm is going to see you as home and garden crochet. And the next time somebody has a home and garden crochet search, you're going to be at the top of the list. But if you want, you just got to make sure you got the same ideal customer. If you've got the same ideal customer, you can add in the different stuff. But just be mindful of the algorithm because the algorithm is only going to give the search person their very best. And if yours is too broad, you're not going to be the very best that they think needs to be given to the searcher. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you, Heather, for trying to help our friend with the thingy. I would keep thinking about it, Anthea, weigh your pros and cons and see which path you think is best for you. It's different for everybody. My advice is always work smarter, not harder, especially at the beginning of your journey. And you can always add in new things in the future when you are more, I can't think of the word, like foundationed. Can't think of the set up, smooth sailing. I can't think of the word. What's the word that means you've been around for a little bit? I can't think of it. Hopefully you can think of it. Hopefully that was helpful. We're definitely over our 30-minute mark, but only by about 8 minutes. So it's okay. No problem. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. We are now at the end of January, which means we're coming up on February, which means we have new Ask Ashley times. So for this month, we've been at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. For February, let me get some, yes. For February, it's not even in here. It's not even in this one. Is it in this one? Got 1,200 planners, and I need them all. Yes. Okay. February, Ask Ashley, is at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Mondays are going to be really hard for me for February. So, prayers and wishes, best wishes coming my way, please. But you can mark them in your planners or in your content calendars or wherever you live your life. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays, starting February 5th. That's our first one that we're going to be doing together. February 5th, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right smack time when you're about to be cooking dinner. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the views are for 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday versus 4:30 on Mondays, I will look at the analytics. I will look at the stats. I will see which one seems to be everybody's better choice. The reason for the switch is we have lost Sierra. If you remember, Sierra used to hang out with us for Ask Ashley's, and she was in the chats answering your questions, sending links, doing all the things, starring the questions, doing things that now I'm doing them by myself because Sierra got a full-time 9-to-5 situation and she could no longer help us here. So Mackenzie is going to be helping us on Mondays in real life. She's going to be here in the office with me on Mondays, trying to help us manage Ask Ashley so they go a little bit smoother for you guys as the customer, as the audience member, because I'm trying to serve you well in everything that I do. So we'll see how it goes. The replays will always be available. The replays will actually also have the chapters put into them, so you can skip to the specific questions that you want specific to your business needs. Also, if it's a replay, you can play it on 2x speed. If I don't talk too fast already, I feel like I do, but it's probably to each their own. Also, when you're watching the replay, you can put up Spanish subtitles if you want to. Will it translate perfectly? Probably not. It doesn't even translate perfectly for my English subtitles because I'm country. But these are just options that you have, okay? So hopefully we can just look at the bright side and see how the 4:30 on Monday evenings go. Okay, friends, seasoned, that's probably established. That is the word. That is the word. Thank you, Judy, Jory, and Kristen. Established, more established. That was the word I was looking for. Okay, we got it. Team effort. Okay, friends, I will see you Monday, February 5th, which is my birthday month, by the way. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Ask Ashley. Tell your friends. It's going to be a party. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys.